Absolutely. So we're going to talk about male submission, okay? Because submission, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Submission, right? Submission is the ability to trust the leadership and guidance of another entity. I'm not giving you the Google definition. I'm giving you my definition. Just letting you know that, okay? Submission is being able to sit in the back seat and allow someone else to drive. Submission requires trust, okay? That's what submission requires. So, now that we've gone through the how to choose your goddess section, I'm going to go into the third section of this live, okay? The third section of this live is understanding strength and submission in female-led relationships, okay? So this was the second part of our, oh, my dress. This was the second part of our live. Okay? Hopefully you guys are writing these things down. I want to make sure that all of this is written down, okay? This should be in your notebooks. You should have a notebook for Yanism. And you should be coming here every Saturday. Every Saturday is the day you should be able to devote to the goddess, because spiritual enlightenment is just as important as everything else, okay? It's actually more important than what we consider, career advancement. We need spiritual advancement, okay, people? So this is the third part of our class. The third section of our class is okay, so female-led relationships, or FLR, okay? Female-led relationships, okay? So here we're going to look at the book, How to Love a Powerful Woman, A Gentleman's Guide to a Loving Female-led Relationship, okay? So in this, I'm going to go over the book. This I do not have in physical form. This I have the PDF version. Okay? So in the PDF version of this, okay, so hold on. Let me see something. And what I'll do is I'm saying these things so I can remind myself as I watch the playback of this. I'm going to put in our group chat the screenshots of the quoted text from the book, okay? So I'm going to put that in our group chat so we can see, okay? You can get this book if you like. I can't remember how much it costs. I can't really remember how much it costs, but this is what it looks like. Okay, so How to Love a Powerful Woman, A Gentleman's Guide to Loving Female-Led Relationships. And this is by T. Erica Patterson. Okay? So I'm going to be reading a little bit of the first chapter, just some things I have highlighted. Okay? The first chapter is called The Beauty of Loving a Powerful Woman. So it says, all women are not created equally, as we previously discussed. There are women who will spend their entire lives seeking validation and acceptance from others, yearning to fit in and live their lives according to society's expectations. That is the princess. Okay, that's the princess. Just so you know, if you remember what I wrote. That's the princess, just so you know. And then there are the world's most treasured resources, powerful women. What she calls powerful women, I call goddess, okay? To love a powerful woman is to stand face to face with a woman who is remarkable beyond measure. It is likely that she is more intelligent than you are, more attractive than you are, and she outshines you in every way. You're okay with that. In fact, the idea of loving a woman like this delights you. You were born to stand beside a powerful woman. You were created to illuminate her with your strength. You were chosen to be the force behind the enforcer. You are the source that revitalizes her energy. Every great and powerful statue must sit on a firm foundation or it will topple. When you decide to love a powerful woman, you become that foundation. Thank you. Thank you for being emotionally strong enough to place her desires above your own. Thank you for going through the process of preparing yourself to be capable of loving a powerful woman. Most men cannot step into that role that you have chosen for your life. Most men would fumble under the pressure because they don't have the strength. Okay? But that's not who you are. You are a man who has created the highest standards for your life. Okay? Not content with good enough. You have always felt that you deserved the best. You understand that having the best and maintaining the best comes at a price. A price you will happily pay because you can afford it. You deserve every benefit and thrilling challenge that comes with loving a powerful woman, and you will experience them. You are in for the time of your life when you partner with a powerful woman who respects and cherishes you. Key, goddess respects and cherishes you, okay? Not demeans you, okay? Having a powerful woman to talk to at the end of the day about how you are feeling and how your day went will enhance your life greatly. Okay, having a powerful woman to push you to do what you have to do, even when you feel discouraged, will ensure your progress. Having a powerful woman to share the little pleasures in life with will make your life feel like magic. Sharing your emotions with a powerful woman will relieve you of the pressure to live up to society's expectations of masculinity. Men are taught that they have to be tough and hard. But with a powerful woman, you can be softer, romantic, and nurturing. Okay? Which are all natural desires for men. Okay? So when you get with a goddess, you can be your natural self, not having to, fit into society's standards of what they say masculinity is. Okay? Which is not healthy for you or anyone else around you. You were created to love women. You were not created to conquer women. That's my favorite quote. I'm gonna need to write that down. Sorry, we gotta write this down. This is a good one. Hold on. Okay. So this, you need this, in case you didn't know. Okay? In case you didn't know, you were created to love women. You were not created to conquer women. Okay? The conquering of women is patriarchal by default. So you can tell that this is how men think when they're talking about sex. When they're talking about sex, they say, oh, you smashed that, you hit it, you beat the pussy up, all that, right? That's what you do. You don't, like, making love is simp energy, right? Connecting with your woman is simp energy. Talking about your feelings is simp energy. All of that, but then you complain. You make these particular standards, but then you complain that you don't have a safe place to express yourselves. You made the society in which you can't express yourselves. You made the society that causes you to be consciously stagnant. You made it yourself. So now we are unmaking it. We are unmaking it. That's what I'm doing today. We're unmaking that thought. We're getting rid of that old paradigm and we're walking in a new paradigm, okay? The new paradigm of pure love, of healing love, okay? Of natural flow, meaning we are doing what's natural to us, not what's told to us or what we have to be conditioned to, okay? Men have feminine within them as well. You have to connect within. Love women. Love women. Okay? Okay, let's get back to it. A partnership with a powerful woman ensures that you become the man you are meant to be, a loving supporter of greatness. This is not just a dream. This is a reality for many men just like you, okay? These men have set their standards high and have hit the jackpot by being loved by a powerful woman, okay? So, again, so we already discussed how to recognize a goddess. So I want to read what Tierica Patterson has to say about how to recognize a powerful woman, which is goddess in my vocabulary, okay? So she says it's easy to spot a powerful woman in a crowd because she is the one who is not scanning the room to see who is paying attention to her. She is typically surrounded by other women and men who admire her and seek her attention and advice, okay? You can feel her power. You can sense her presence. You will feel overwhelmed with emotion when you are near a powerful woman. This is your first sign of attraction. When you feel overwhelmed by her essence, you're attracted. A powerful woman is autonomous. She appreciates your presence but doesn't require it, and she will be sure to let you know that. She sets goals for herself without considering the opinions of others. She has no interest in being approved by society. She purposely chooses her beliefs, determines her own standards for her life, and moves forward with her goals without asking for permission. So what you're looking for is someone who is against society. You're looking for a rebel energy in a goddess. Someone who does not go with the social norms. Okay? She doesn't go with the social norms. She doesn't wait for anyone's approval to make choices. She's not following a path set by anyone but herself. A powerful woman is capable of supporting herself. She is not looking for a man to come in and rescue her. That's important that we understand that. She understands that being a leader means making decisions in the best interest of everyone around her. So being a leader does not mean controlling. Being a leader does not mean, that you're going to put down everyone around you. Being a leader means that you are entrusted with the responsibility to make sure everyone around you advances. That's the responsibility of a leader. So when you're in a matriarchal relationship, or you're looking for a goddess to serve, you should ensure that she is someone that you trust to advance you. Okay? Not someone who's going to demean you. So that's why when we're talking about matriarchal relationships, female-led relationships, a lot of times when you see female-led relationships or FLR, it is on FetLife. It is in the kink community. It is in the, BDSM community. Now, when you see that, you're going to come across dominatrix, doms, right? And those women are either paid or not, whatever, doesn't matter. Their job is to fulfill the fantasy of that submissive, whatever they're submissive or their slave, right? So when it comes to the submissive or the slave, it can come to degrading, hitting or impact play, whips, things like that. So there's a lot of things that go into it. But a spiritual matriarchal relationship, right? Or a spiritual female-led relationship and a dominatrix slave relationship will differ. Okay? So when we're talking about kink relationships are role playing. So you would have sessions, and most likely they will see that relationship as a separate entity from their regular life, from their vanilla life. They use vanilla. So separate from life, they will have a relationship where they need to have this power exchange separate from their life, though. So it's very, very different. Now, for those of you who have a spiritual inclination towards the black woman and you know that she's God, you want to be able to serve her, this is what you want. You want a matriarchal relationship. You want to be able to serve her for spiritual reasons, because you want to advance in consciousness. You want to elevate. That you would need a matriarchal relationship. So be aware. Not every person who says, who calls themselves goddess, sometimes in the kink community you will see goddess, you will see women calling themselves that, but they're dominatrix. They may not have the spiritual side available for you. And a lot of times people go that route when they have this deep desire, but they don't know what to do with it. You don't know what to do with it, so you're finding any avenue in which to fulfill this particular need where you want to live out your truth, but you don't know how. So when it comes to living your truth, I'm letting you know that you will not be fulfilled through the kink, going the kink avenue, okay? You just won't be, because it will be a temporary situation and it will be separate from your actual life. So because of that, you won't be fulfilled. Okay, so you have to be able to go through the spiritual community, go the spiritual path, and then you find your goddess that way. Okay, not to say that you can't find partners on FetLife. You can. You most definitely can. But you have to be able to use your discernment to decide who is who, what level of consciousness they're on, and if they can fulfill what it is that you're looking for in a relationship. You just have to choose the right person for you. Okay, and that goes with the second part of, the class that I told you guys about. Okay, so the next thing, people trust her because she makes wise decisions that are not self-centered. She doesn't have to be self-centered because those around her are eager to focus on her needs, which frees her to care for them as well. Okay, so again, even in a matriarchal relationship, she's expressing to you how it is an energy exchange. It's not just you giving, and not getting anything back. You're giving so that she can give you the best of what she has to offer. You understand? Because in certain toxic relationships where the woman is subjugated, she can't possibly help you because you're demeaning her. So if you are dimming her light and destroying her divine essence, she can't elevate you in any way. So you have to uplift her, revitalize her, give her your energy, and then she can utilize her spiritual gifts to enlighten and help you. So it's an exchange that's happening, okay? So it's not what you may think. And I know a lot of times our men, you are afraid to give certain power to the women in your life. I know you're afraid of that. But the reason why I'm doing this class today is to show you how it is a more balanced type of relationship than you may think. Okay? Again, everything that we think, we have been conditioned by patriarchal society. And since we view patriarchy and matriarchy are not synonymous or exact opposites. You know what I'm saying? Where one is a man on top, one is a woman on top, and it's going to look the same. It's not. Okay? So when the man is on top, everyone underneath the man is a lesser entity, so they're treated lesser and they're not put in an environment for growth. Okay? In a matriarchal environment, the woman is placed on top, but she's placed on top so that she can give and be able to protect and be able to advance those around her. So she creates an environment for growth because she's naturally the more nurturing entity. So when you place a nurturing entity in that lead role, everyone is better nurtured by that entity. If you place a divide and conquer minded entity at the top of the lead role, then they're going to conquer everyone else. You understand what I'm saying? So they're going to destroy everyone else while they're at the top. You give your energy, they destroy you. That's patriarchy. Matriarchy, you give your energy, they nurture you. Okay? So you understand? So which one is more balanced in your opinion from hearing that? Okay, so the next book I want to read. Okay, so it's another one of her books. She has a series. Another one of her books is She Wants a Loving Female-Led Relationship. So this is what it looks like. This is the second book. Hopefully you can see this. I'm hoping you can see this. Yeah, She Wants a Loving Female-Led Relationship by Tiara Patterson. So this is another one of her books. And honestly, if you are a man who feels afraid to be yourself in society, where you are keeping your truth hidden, I advise you to get these books, or at least one of them. You know what I'm saying? So here it says, it actually tells you the difference between, it says there's a difference between domination and leadership, which I already explained. So she says domination is using force to overtake a situation. Okay? Um, So there's a difference between a dominant woman and a powerful woman, okay? So she says domination is using force to overtake a situation. A powerful woman is trusted to make decisions. The reins are easily handed to her. So in a loving female-led relationship, her partner wants to give her complete power to have things her way. In fact, it makes him feel thrilled to do so. So domination is the use Ooh, I hate when it's ugly like that. Ooh. So domination or dominant, someone who's dominant, is the use of force. Use of force. When someone is powerful, things are given to them. They are allotted the power. It's given. They take. They receive. Take power, receive power. Okay? That's the difference. So, a lot of times you'll come across a dominant male, right? A lot of our black men are trying to uplift or uphold patriarchal standards, and they are demanding that women in their lives are submissive. So they're trying to take power instead of the woman just coming to them and giving it to them. So they're not necessarily powerful. They're dominant. So you have to choose which do you want to be. Do you want to be dominant or powerful? And if you're a man who wants a goddess in a matriarchal relationship, do you want her to be dominant or do you want her to be powerful? Do you want her to take power from you? Or do you want to just freely give it to her? As far as the power exchange goes, because that's what this is. This is a power exchange. This is a power exchange type of relationship. Do you want her to have to take it? Or do you want to just give it to her? It's your choice, really. It's your choice. You choose. So it says the main difference between being dominant and being powerful is the ability to be given control over a situation instead of having to demand it. She will not force him to love and respect her. She will allow it. Okay? So it says just because loving female-led relationships dedicate leadership of the relationship to the woman, this does not mean that men are the weaker sex. Loving female-led relationships are about two people being complementary and choosing the best leader. Not every woman will want to lead a relationship. Not every woman is capable of leading a relationship, like I showed you earlier. Women who do have the skills and the desire should have the opportunity and be supported to do so. So by a man who wants to be her anchor, okay? So you have to have strength to be in a female-led relationship. You have to, because how can you be someone's foundation if you wavering? If you don't have any strength, you don't know how to endure or remain steady. You know what I'm saying? You don't have any particular, trying to find the right word. Men thrive under the leadership of women. Men feel happier to serve, to please, and to be approved by women. Men benefit from standing beside a woman of power because they get to learn from her, be challenged to grow by her, and be pleased with themselves that they were chosen to complement greatness. Okay? So a lot of times, if you notice, if you ever pay attention to when if you ever pay attention to when, I know there's a sound on TikTok that says, "Oh, I will never be." It's always a woman saying, "I will never be the wife or the one he chooses. I will always be the lesson to make him better for the next." And if you know what that is, a lot of times that really is the man choosing to be with a woman who does not challenge him. A lot of times if you watch a man leave you because he feels you're nagging, or he feels you, you cause issues, you don't give him peace, blah, 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 all that could be is you trying to challenge him, making him be a man of his word, ensuring that he remains a man of integrity. A lot of times men may not be able to handle that kind of challenge, or be able to respect the woman enough to hear what she has to say. So especially in this society, they're going to say, "Oh, she's nagging him, she's not being his peace, blah, 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 blah," right? So what he'll do is he'll go to a woman who is lesser in consciousness because she might accept him as he is. She's not above him in a way to where she can challenge him. So she can't challenge him. And if she can't challenge him, then she's going to submit to him because he is of a higher consciousness than her. And then he can teach her rather than her teaching him. And when men choose this type of relationship, it shows that they're not ready to grow. It shows that they want to be stagnant. It shows that they are not ready to be with a goddess of higher consciousness. They're not ready for that because they're not ready to do what it takes. All the shadow work it takes to be with a goddess, it's a lot. And it's not easy. It's not easy. So people look down on submissive men, but it's not the fact that you're submissive. It's the fact that you prioritize your growth and you're willing to put yourself in an environment with a woman who can teach you. You don't want to live up to the pressures of society. You don't want to have to lead if you don't have the capabilities to do so. You know what I'm saying? So you were able to make the smart decision and place yourself in a relationship where it challenges you to be better. You made the right decision. Okay? You made the right decision. It says here, the only men who would not prefer to be under the leadership of a woman are men who feel threatened by women because they are insecure. I didn't say it, she did. So don't jump down my throat. I didn't say that, she did. Okay? Smart people will always choose the best leader regardless of gender. A man who chooses to be involved in a loving female-led relationship is saying that he has found a woman who is brilliant, wise, and decisive, and he is proud to follow her lead. Again, in a female-led relationship, a matriarchal relationship, the woman holds him to high standards for his personal progress. A relationship where the woman is submissive, she's waiting for you to build her up. Meaning, who's helping you? Who's helping you if you're the height of that relationship? Nobody. And a lot of you have felt it. You would be in a relationship upholding the patriarchy, right? Having a submissive woman, and you feel like you're not compatible with her because you're trying to elevate her, but you feel like she's dragging you down because she's not elevating. you're not supposed to be with her. You're supposed to be in a matriarchal relationship. You're supposed to be with a goddess who can teach you. And I want to make this clear, okay? This goes back to my previous YouTube video, okay? My previous YouTube video where I talk about, or I show how Nature Boy is, in the video I played a clip where he says he's looking for the incarnation of the mother goddess, someone he can learn from, because he says he knows a lot, like he's smart, but he's looking for the incarnation of the mother goddess so that he can learn from her. And he says none of you are the mother goddess. So he says out of all the women that he has, he's in a polygynous relationship. He has many wives, okay, and he's come across many women that submitted to him because he's asking for submission. But he's also asking for the incarnation of the mother goddess, and he doesn't realize that you cannot submit to that goddess. And he says, if she shows up, I would gladly respect her. But he says he can't find her. He can't find her. And what we see is a result of a man who desires the infinite wisdom of the goddess but cannot find it. And men are leading by default because they have women who need to be led. That does not mean that they want to lead. It doesn't mean all the time that they want to. You know what I'm saying? So if you know in your heart that you don't want to be the head, you don't want a submissive woman. If you know that, embrace that. Don't have nobody make you feel like you're less than because that's the type of relationship that you want. Don't make nobody make you feel less than. That's not how it works. So, I was having a conversation, right? I was having a conversation with my disciple, right? And he asked me a very important question. He said, why is it that submission is a good thing when it comes to women, but it's a bad thing when it comes to men? And I think that's a good question. And honestly, when it comes to submission, I told him submission is equated to femininity, right? So when submission is equated to femininity, and we're in a society that teaches our young boys not to be little girls, and everything that's feminine is bad, right? You're not supposed to be feminine. You're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to play with dolls. You're not supposed to have an easy bake oven. You're not supposed to do these things. You're supposed to play with fighting toys and cars and crash. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, so it starts with our earliest conditioning from childhood. Okay, so boys are taught that femininity is bad. So that's why when they look at submission, they feel that it's inherent for the woman to do and it's bad for the man to do. Okay? It's bad for the man to do because it's feminine. But this is why the quote-unquote alpha male will never reach enlightenment or ascend or reach Christ consciousness, or he will forever be in his karmic cycle. Okay? Because he is not willing to tap into his feminine nature. Okay? So, to activate your inner feminine is how you reach enlightenment. Because honestly, think about the chakras. This is basically how I teach it. The chakras, right? The chakras. Think about the alpha male, right? And the chakras. The alpha male is focused on base desires, survival, making money. He's focused on his image, his pride, his success. These are things he's focused on. So he's focused on the three lower chakras: the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. That's what he's focused on. He resides in that area. He does well in that area. Those are the masculine chakras. The feminine chakras are up here. The feminine chakras is the heart, the throat, third eye, and crown. Okay? So as you elevate, you start to tap into your femininity. Everyone does. To be able to reside in your heart space, to be able to articulate and communicate your emotions, to have clarity of mind, to be able to see, to understand. All of that, intuitive knowledge, that's feminine. So the alpha male is never going to ascend if he stays in his lower chakras. Okay? So when it comes to submission in a relationship, it allows the man to be in an environment where he can activate all of his chakras. He can activate his heart chakra and actually reside in his heart space. He's not made to be tough all the time. He's made to express himself, communicate. He's taught so that he can see the inner workings of things, to give him a deeper understanding. So he's able to activate all of his chakras when he's in a submissive, when he's in the submissive role. Okay? When he's in a spiritual relationship, of course, and he has chosen the goddess, not the princess or the woman. Again, so that's why I taught it in this manner, so you can know how to choose, what to look for, what attributes, and how it benefits you, and the strength you're supposed to have to be in this relationship, and how it elevates you, how it's more of an energy, an energetic balance to be in a matriarchal relationship. So that's why I say matriarchal relationships is the key to enlightenment. It's the key to your transcendence, because you're going to transcend the conventions of normal society. You do not want to live this life because it's made for us to stay stagnant. It's made for us to be low vibrational, to not know who we are. Okay? It's made for us to stay in a unawakened state. Choosing the right goddess is so important. She will elevate you consciously. Okay? But this is the end of today's class. I want to thank you all so much for coming. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I do apologize for the live ending so much. I could have sworn Instagram had a 4-hour live limit. I'm not sure why it didn't last that long. You can't tell me I was on here, longer than that. But thank you all so much for coming. And I want to thank you all so much because I didn't realize I wasn't in frame. I want to thank you because this class is so important. That's why I had to do this class like in the beginning. I had to do this first. And I had to do this because there's so many men who feel like, the black woman is God, is demeaning, and hopefully now you can see that it's not. Hopefully. With everything that we went through today, hopefully you can see that it's actually for your advancement, your development of mind and spirit. Okay? But I want to thank you all so much for attending class today and just being open-minded about everything. And again, For those of you who are secretly, you have a secret desire, live it out loud. Live it out loud. I encourage you to live it out loud. I encourage you to be yourself. I know it's hard to do that these days, but I encourage you to be yourself. For real. But again, that was the class for today. And I'm going to end it. Thank you so much, guys, for everything.